and I'm back, and so is Dragons: The Nine Realms with its third season. So in this video, I will be first reviewing the first episode, and eventually I will review all of them. So I just want to get into it because this episode, it really is strange. Like, it's not bad, like, I guess kind of, but like, it's not very good. It's some weird middle-ish stuff, so yeah. It starts with Tom trying out this, like, some kind of suit because they're trying to make a fireproof suit so they can go into the, what is it called? Fire Realm, I think? In the trailer they said so, so they wouldn't get burned there, which, finally something smart coming from Tom. It probably wasn't his idea, actually. So again, Tom is being Tom, trying to kill himself in this suit because, they're trying to figure out how to, make it actually work. But it's not working very well, but Tom is still, like, very optimistic. He really wants this to work. The rest of the group, though, are a bit more skeptical, and also Alex is making these suits, so I can kind of believe why it looks actually decent, because imagine Tom trying to sew anything. And I just gotta point out, this episode had plenty of jokes, as always, and I feel like there was so many absolutely bad ones, but there was some good ones, so I just didn't really know how to feel. So later, June gets splashed in her face by a water balloon that her brother threw at her, which is just absolutely lovely. And then right after he did that, he proceeds to ask her, "Can I hang out with your friends?" What did you think she was gonna say? But yeah, I don't hate Eugene. I think he's an okay character. So Eugene decides to follow them to see what the hell they're doing. But while he's going after them, he trips and falls, and then this guy appears. This guy. So this guy has a name that I know what name, like, he has this nickname he wants everybody to call him, but I refuse to say it. I hate this guy so much from the bottom of my soul, so I will never refer to him in the way he wants me to. I will either say the annoying guy, the stupid guy, the guy that makes me wanna die, stuff like that. I think it might be his fault that this whole episode didn't really stick with me well. So in the Dragon Club, Tom is trying to tame a monstrous nightmare, which I'm glad that they're putting, dragons from How to Train Your Dragon. A monstrous nightmare, I feel like it was a fine choice. It's an okay dragon, for me at least, but the animations, oh god, I feel like, I really wish that they would make the animations better, because this series, it's not even that bad. Like, I would honestly say at some points it's good, at some points it's very bad, but the animation ruins the experience so much. It's just awful. But yeah, he's trying to tame it, it's not working. And then we have this situation, so this whole plot line with the annoying guy and Eugene is actually quite short in the episode, but I will talk about it a lot because it really annoys me and I have a lot to say. So, they play on this whole, like, kind of jokish thing that, like, this guy basically kidnapped Eugene, which is, I don't like that they're just joking about it. Like, this guy literally at some point threw an axe next to his face. And if that is not a move of an absolutely insane person, then I don't know what is. So I don't like how it's all played, like, it's so funny. So if you remember, this guy, like, saw this lightning bird, so he pretty much saw thunder, but he didn't know that it's a dragon, so he just thinks it's, like, some kind of lightning bird. He thinks that, Icarus is, like, some kind of weird science facility in which they make lightning birds. Okay, cool. Honestly, I thought I was gonna have a lot to say about this, but the more I talk, the more I realize it's draining me and I kinda just wanna move on. Tom is still trying to tame the monster's nightmare, and he gets covered by green gel, so I know this is boring, but I have to say it because it's an important plot point! So, couldn't the monster's nightmares do this before? I'm honestly gonna say, I don't remember. Could they ever shoot out green gel from their bodies that is, like, flammable? I really don't know. Tom gets covered by it and almost gets set on fire. And bruh, this whole scene is cringe. I cannot. It's trying to, bring the moral, because Tom is like, oh, I have forgotten the first rule of the Dragon Club, like, oh, dragons matter so much, I shouldn't have tried to use this dragon for, like, the testing of the suits, blah blah blah, but it is delivered in the most kindergarten way you can possibly do any show. This is the moments I don't like about this show, when it gets, like, so babyish. No. So Tom actually does make friends with the dragon, and it's like playing with the other dragons, everything's nice and cool, and then it just flies out of the cave. So for some reason the dynamic here suddenly changes with these two, and it's like they're just chatting, like casually. I hate this. And then Eugene actually sees the monstrous nightmare, which is quite fun. The other dude, the dude I hate, doesn't actually see it. Thank God, because can that dude just like be burned to a crisp or something? I really want to get rid of that guy. Please tell me he dies in the classical, villain fashion where they just disappear and nobody gives a shit. I feel like they just wrote him in such a way where he's just a villain because he is a villain. There's really not much motive for him to be such a jerk. He's just some kind of spoiled brat that I know he's supposed to be annoying. There's no way they're trying to make him likable. But they are doing a very good job in making him unlikable. And now the scene that's absolutely gonna kill me. So they're like trying to get the monstrous nightmare back into the cave. And Tom has the bright idea to jump on the dragon. And that's not even the problem because Tom is Tom and he does Tom things. But when he jumps on the dragon lights on fire with Tom on it. So Tom should be dead, right? But he isn't dead. He isn't actually hurt at all. Can you guess why? Can you guess why he's fine? Why there's nothing wrong? Like, even though he got lit on fire, he is A-okay. Oh, of course, it's because he's covered in the green gel. So it seems like, when the green gel is like liquid, then it burns. But when it dries out, then suddenly it doesn't burn. And that's not the problem. That's fine. But the fact that Tom didn't get burned at all, that would mean that he would need to be covered with that, like, head to toe. Like, absolutely all. How didn't his hair burn? How didn't his skin burn? How didn't, like, the parts of the fabric that aren't covered in gel burn? It is so stupid. I think this might be the dumbest thing they've actually done in this show. Like, I'm gonna defend this show in many ways and say, no, it's not as bad as everybody tries to make it seem. I don't think it sucks. But God, this scene is absolutely driving me insane. But yeah, that would be pretty much it for the first episode. I hope you enjoyed the video, and bye.